Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. If you've done the astute observation and you've noticed that, yeah, I'm wearing the same shirt as a video that probably got uploaded earlier today or maybe this morning about Geo, then yeah, you're correct. I'm wearing the same shirt, recorded the same day. I've been outed successfully. But as you can see, the title of this video, gaming or Genshin or channel, whatever it is, it's a different kind of video today. It's the end of a year. 2023 going into 2024, and I wanted to do a lot of stuff in 2023 and just really couldn't quite swing it yet. I want to gravitate myself back to doing content on YouTube eventually, hopefully, as my main thing. It's been very hit or miss since I took a 1.5-year break due to unseen and unfortunate circumstances, but we're coming back. And if you've clicked on this video and you didn't know the channel name, Joshua Jones was me, and you know me as Howl or Howls or whatever from FFBE or War of the Visions or whatever game we played before this, or Twitch.tv, which I haven't streamed on in 9 million years. Yeah, I want to talk about that. Number one, it's still the same channel. So it's the same channel. I don't know. If you're not subscribed and you unsubscribed because you didn't know who I was, but you saw the face on the thumbnail and you're like, oh shit, I know who that is. It's me. You can subscribe back again. All right. It's me. We've been making content on a lot of different stuff. We've experimented a little bit this year. We did some Honkai Star Rail. We did some other stuff briefly. We did some Genshin Impact stuff. Returning to that once again. I'm just kind of trying to have fun and figure out what's going on the channel. And I've been releasing content, as you could see astutely, if you've been paying attention. We've been doing build guides, and it's been very hit or miss. You know, it's going to be 2023 going into 2024, so I'm sure there'll be like my favorite characters or my favorite weapons of 2023, or like the characters you should probably get for 2024. It's probably something I'll do, but I'm going to lay with you here and I'm just going to lay it down. I don't like making stuff like that. I really don't. For all the reasons that you can probably assume why you probably don't like seeing stuff like that, especially nowadays on YouTube. I feel like half the stuff I see is just like, all right, guys, so this is like the craziest thing ever. Here's some numbers and math. And we like doing numbers and math. It's great. Half the ones I see, though, are all like an AI YouTube voice talking about like, here is the best 5 characters that you can use in Genshin Impact 2028. It's all I get bombarded with. It's all I get. It's all I get. So I've been trying to make my way back in there. We did some pretty cool Farina stuff, some pretty cool Farina Noel stuff that hit it off real well. Some other characters, you know, I try to do the guides and put them out in a timely manner. I did one for Nicolette, and I think it got like 700 views or something. I have no idea why. I did one for Navia just yesterday or whatever, got like 1,000 views. Why? I don't know. Maybe you guys just aren't interested in it. Maybe I'm being punished by the algorithm overlords for taking a break, even though I heard that that's not a thing that happens. But we've had issues in the past with that, and I contacted customer service again, and I said, hey, how come like 95% of the people you're trying to show my content to like don't live in the US? They're like, oh, it's just normal. And I'm like, are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure that flagging 100% of my viewers as bots and taking all the ad revenue away for forever is standard procedure? And they're like, oh yeah, for sure. So I don't know what's going on there at all whatsoever. I have no idea about that. But I'm trying to make just good content. And that's really where I'm moving forward and towards, is I want to make good stuff, interesting stuff, fun stuff. I don't want to make stuff that I feel like I have to make, because a lot of the times when I do stuff like that, it doesn't seem like it does that well anyway. Like Nicolette's super awesome. We covered him a little bit. I made the official Nicolette guide. Maybe you watched it. Maybe you didn't watch it. I was just trying to see where I could hit my marks with content again. I didn't make a worse version. And in fact, I did a lot of experimenting the first half of the year, all the way up until like probably October, November. And what's the proper way to phrase this? Definitely make much better content than before. If you watch like one of the first Noel build guide video that I put out there, back when Genshin was the hotness, it's literally just like, hey guys, I hit 1,000 defense. I'm gonna go stand in enemies and spin. With just me, like, no editing, just me hanging out and just being in the corner and being like, yep, if you level your feather first, you get increased base attack. That was not me. But stuff like that, right? Very not edited. And I tried some, intros with subtitles throughout the entire video, which I thought was going to be a bad idea, but I got to collect data somewhere. And I heard you. The subtitles throughout the whole video, even if I leave some of them mistranslated on purpose, like Eugene, good old Eugene from The Walking Dead in place of Yunjin out here. It's kind of funny, but also like I just wanted to see what would happen to retention time. You just want to see what was going on in 2023, what was going on leading into 2024, what isn't working in 2023 that was decently attractive to some people in 2022. We did some YouTube shorts as well. If you're a Honkai Star Rail Silverwolf person, you might have seen that YouTube short get recommended to you, right? I think it's got like 300,000 views or whatever. It's not like we don't make good content. I put up a free-to-play Hyperbloom guide, right? Why it's strong, why it works, what you should be doing, the basics of it anyway, kind of like razor language it down for you if you're out there to give it the layman explanation, which is kind of what I want to do with my content. Because if you know me from earlier, a lot of math, a lot of graphs. And I just that's not fun. I enjoy doing it. I used to do spreadsheets of my own for every character back when like Raiden Shogun came out and like Kamisato Yato came out, right? And it's just not really my jam anymore. Like it feels like I've played Genshin less, which is true. I mean, that's true. I have played Genshin less, but it feels like I've played it less because every time I boot up the game, I feel like, all right, I'm playing this game so I can go do math. I'm playing this game because I have to make a guide. I'm playing this game because I have to tell you how I feel about how you should play a character, or how I feel this character works in different ways. It's more of a have to thing. It's really weird because I want to do it, but I feel like I have to do it in a certain way, which maybe that's true, maybe that's not true. I'm not sure. And I think a lot of the guides, which is here's the complete guide for Neuvillette, or here's the complete guide for this character, or here's the complete guide for that character. It feels super robotic. And it might be why that content didn't do very well, because just all right, guys, welcome back. And here's the coolest guide channel of all time with this stuff here. And I've been doing a little bit of A and B testing, how much should I be in the video? How much shouldn't I be in the video? Can I use a little stand-in for me to pop in and be oh, fly away. You've seen that in the most recent handful of videos if you've been watching that stuff. So it's a lot of and this is what I find very interesting about trying to approach this as a career. The thing that I find the most interesting actually now is editing. I actually really like editing my stuff, which is cool. It's fun. I've gotten actually really, I won't say I'm the best editor of all time, but I'm able to quickly put together a 9 to 15 minute video, just editing in an hour and a half, 2 hours, which is pretty cool. If I tried to do something of that scale before, oh dude, it would take me days. It would have taken me days to just edit together an 8-minute video. I feel like I could pound those out every day. I could probably do 2 a day, right? It'd be a traditional, 8 to 10 hour workday or whatever, between recording and editing and doing the thumbnails and doing all the metadata and all this other stuff. I feel like I could do the kind of quality video like the one that you just saw. I don't know, the complete Navia build guide, best weapons, stuff like that. Or the weapon tier list, whatever, best weapons Navia video that I put out just the other day. And once again, that is content that I felt like I needed to do, not necessarily that I wanted to do. And guess what? We didn't get lucky. We don't have access to Navia on this account. So if you're gonna call me out, yeah, dude, I don't know. Just call me a theory crafter, I guess. Math still doesn't lie. You can run quick numbers in the math simulators, check what characters do with certain buffs, check what they do without certain buffs, change all the weapons real quick. If you know what you're doing, you can do that in maybe 15 minutes, take some screenshots, throw them out on the side, and then use that for your talking points when you make a video. That's what I do. I don't necessarily have to sit there and show you, here's all of my spreadsheets, which I think it looks poor. I think it looks like garbage, and I don't want to do that. And I don't care to make graph charts and all this other stuff. So I'm not really sure on that. I think all that's real boring, and it's just not really up to my standards right now of what I want to do. And so what do I want to do? Like I said, I want to make cool interactive content. I want to make like, I don't know what I want to do. I want to make stuff that's meaningful, stuff that matters, stuff that's fun though at the same time. Like interactive, I want to hit a sweet spot of interaction and fun and information all together, like some big conglomerate thing. But also at the same time, it's difficult because Genshin at this point in time is pretty old. It's not the most trendy thing of all time. It definitely follows an ebb and flow directly with patches. In what I've learned in the past, the past 4 or 5 months is that not only does Genshin ebb and flow on its own, but now it's also directly influenced by Honkai Star Rail, because there's so much of an overlapping audience between those two games that if something's popping off in Honkai Star Rail, even if something just popped off in Genshin like the week before, if you try to make content on the Genshin thing as Honkai Star Rail's like live stream comes out or something, it's just not going to do well. So like if you want to make content on a brand new character and showcase it, you literally need to have that character max leveled with all of that stuff so you can showcase it literally the day that the character's released, right? You all know this, like the biggest time to showcase like Navia, the day of, right? That's why we always see not English showcases of brand new characters in Genshin Impact. It's always, at least in the past, it's always been, over on the other side of the globe, over in China, etc., places like that, who are able to get the characters a little bit faster and only by a couple hours, right? And throw them off and showcase everything, which is super cool. But it's like, I literally, when hours matter for showcasing a character, and I learned this in a very, very sad way when Genshin first released. You can dump a bunch of money into it. You can get your character as fast as humanly possible. But if I'm 4 or 5 hours behind schedule, just because that's how the character was released, then I can't do that anymore. And if I don't have Farina immediately when she comes out, if I don't have her pity ready to rock and roll, or Navia pity ready to rock and roll with all of her stuff leveled up right away, if I get unlucky and don't spend $500 to guarantee pity right away, doing everything wrong as far as a free-to-play option, free-to-play model would go, not saving, just throwing money at it, you're not going to see it. It's going to trend down right away. It's going to get replaced by Honkai Star Rail content, etc. And that's kind of content that was like, I felt like I needed to do, but not necessarily content that I wanted to do once again. And I felt like I needed to do it. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work. So there's stuff that I want to do. I'm not abandoning Genshin in any way, shape, or form. But if you see some like, here's the highest attack power you can get on Noelle in Genshin, or here's the highest attack power I can get on Noelle in Genshin, and it's the thumbnail's got like 10,000 something attack, and I want to show you how to bug the game out in a weird way by swapping weapons in and out of combat and swapping artifact sets and doing all this, like what's the highest number you can get just to see on your screen? That sounds like a cool video, something that I would do like that. I'm not sure if it will actually get seen though. It's very difficult to catch trending and also do something that you value at the same time, because very rarely do those things meet up together, right? Like we know that Raiden Shogun's coming back in the second half of Genshin's 4.3 patch. So like if I wanted to showcase like my cool Raiden Shogun with a engulfing lightning R5 or whatever, I'd have an opportunity to do that, right? As Raiden's banner approaches, the second half of 4.3 approaches, if I math out exactly when it's going to start trending, probably like a week before, 4 days before, whatever, with Raiden Shogun, I can make that video. That would be really cool. Can't really cover leaks anymore. Can't really do anything super nice that way with Genshin Impact. We can have some dreams and talk about cool stuff like Cloud Retainer and how she can jump around and do weird interactable things. We can do that. I want to do some other stuff like the video that you probably saw this morning, like Geo's dead and we killed it, right? Going through like why Geo as an element is kind of just left in the dust. It doesn't really do anything. Even though we have characters who are good and characters who are usable and characters who couldn't be meta like Zhongli, it's not really because their element is Geo. It's just the inherent power of their kit. The game really doesn't care about that element. And we go through all the different ways about why it doesn't care and all the different ways about why it'll never change. Something like that is pretty cool. So I'm not really sure there. A lot of the times in this video, you've heard me say I felt like I needed to do it, not that I necessarily wanted to do it, or even that I felt like it was a good idea to do. And that's because I kind of felt trapped, especially before I even got into Genshin. I was doing, a couple other games, and I felt like I enjoyed those games up until a certain point. And honestly, if you're an FFBE player out there and you've been asking yourself, why did he stop playing that game and started covering Genshin and never really told anyone why? Honestly, it just happened to be a set of circumstances. The whole premium Neovision thing came out where they were just taking away all the global buffs they did to Neovision characters. And it kind of turned me off of the game. But at literally the same time that was happening, Genshin literally released, right? And so I didn't even think I was going to play the game. Turned out that I really liked playing it. And I was like, I'm having fun with this. Let me make some content on this. And it just seemed to do really well. I made like 4 or 5 videos. I was still covering FFBE stuff. But at the same time, I was really falling out of favor, not just with, I need to make money on YouTube, gonna go make Genshin Impact content. I just liked the game better. And FFBE just was not going in a direction. You could see the writing on the wall if you've played a gacha game so many times, or just gacha games in general, what they were going to do with how they were going to push power creep in that game. So part of me, I want to apologize for not being like, hey guys, this is how I see this turning out. I'm deucing out of here. And I felt like it was more appropriate to not just dog on a game, right? And be like, this is going to be bad. This is going to be really awful. Everyone should quit, blah, 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 which I wouldn't do anyway. That wasn't going to be my opinion. But any like crazy negativity into something that I felt like my viewers, you guys, would enjoy, I didn't want to dog and rain on your parade that way. Like, I've spoke out against decisions that were made before, but it happened to be this set of circumstances where like, well, if I'm having fun making content for this game, I can just drop off the other game, not make a big party about it, not make a big rave about it, do like one final video, I'm so mad, your game, this isn't cool, and just have that be my last video, one negative video before I stop making content. I'd rather just, I covered, Neovision Lightning, all this other stuff coming out. I think it was NV Lightning, I don't know, STMRs for that year, stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Also, upgrade package, I still been found finally not good. All right, after all those years, I think it's probably power crept by all those, like, here's my accessory with 150 main stat that gives you 500 bonus stats. Well, my vision card gives 500 stats too, and I only get it when I EX plus 3. You can see why I quit the game, right? I don't want to be like that at all. But I'm looking forward to making other stuff. I want to make some Zenless Zone Zero content, possibly. I don't know if I'm going to dabble in that game too much. It's a very weird game. It's got high-paced action combat with like perfect dodges and perfect blocks and parries and stuff. But it's kind of like if you went to go play Devil May Cry, but every time you wanted to go play a Devil May Cry level, you had to like play Tetris first and like solve puzzles on like a 2D screen. If you've seen any gameplay with the TVs and in the Howl, you know what I'm talking about. It's like you want to play the game, you want to do the action combat, but it's like most of it's just walking around the town for a little bit, playing Tetris, fighting somebody, It's a very strange game. And so far it's been a pretty easy experience. Maybe I'll have a video like that coming out about me going through. I think I have a lot of Hollow Abyss footage with some of the 5-star characters I was able to play in the early access beta. So that'll be something too there as well. As far as stuff other than that, I don't know, man. This has been 100% a gaming channel the entire time. I want to get back into streaming again. If I start streaming, it'll probably will have no schedule. It'll probably be like 1 or 2 times a week. All right, it'll be the same Twitch channel, same name as this one, Joshua Jones. I think it might be Joshua Jones IRL, which is the tag for this YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Joshua Jones IRL. All that stuff was changed. That's kind of, I want to get back into doing it because I've missed that community aspect of the gaming scene, the gaming sector, whatever, the social media stuff. I guess YouTube's technically social media still. I've been missing that aspect. Really. Every time I come into this room, like I'm going to make a video, it's like I feel separated from the audience because I don't have that stream one-on-one reaction. I'm active in the comment section on a lot of stuff, and I do enjoy doing that, but it's not exactly the same as seeing a comment, talking just to the microphone, and then having a conversation that way. It's very different. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but it's very different. So as far as other stuff I want to do, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do some non-gaming stuff on another channel. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some non-gaming stuff on another channel. I'm not sure how we'll segue into that. Maybe I'll make a channel strictly for gaming stuff. Maybe this channel just needs to be destroyed, because every time I contact support, I'm like, hey, so you deleted all of my views and called them bots again. And they're like, no, sir, we did not do that. It's like, okay. All right, well, if I go check, like, this is who you recommended my content to, or these are the videos that are recommending my content. It's like, none of these videos are in English. None of them. Like, absolutely not. And that's not to, like, talk bad about, like, non-English YouTube. It's just like, I don't understand why my content is being recommended to people who don't even speak the same language. I could understand if it's like a handful of videos, but it's like, yeah, it's like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90%. So who knows? YouTube's a wild ride right now. Hopefully we don't have to hit a hard reset button and start a brand new channel. Oh my gosh, that would suck. I don't think we have to, because it seems like some of the videos pop off and some of them just kind of don't. And I've gotten a lot of comments of like, I didn't know that was you. Well, now you know it's me. If you think I need to put myself in the YouTube thumbnails more or something, you let me know about that. But this is Howl's. It's the same channel still. It's been that way this entire year, but I don't blame you, because we've been pretty hit or miss this year. And part of that drawback, part of that stuff, as you heard me say before, I suffer from like an intestinal condition. So sometimes it flares up, if you know what like Crohn's is or whatever. It can be as bad as 3, 4, 5 months at a time, where I literally can't do anything and everything's a chore. And I literally can't sit down and do this, because I'm over there in that room for like sometimes like 8 hours a day. I don't know. It's terrible. I don't want to get into the gritty details there. But outside of YouTube stuff, I don't know if I still have a Patreon. I think I still do. If you're interested in that, I'll double check it. I want to change it. It's like $1, $2, $3. Nothing crazy. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Incentives, I have no idea. You're cool. You're a cool guy. You're a cooler guy. You're an even cooler guy. Or you're a cool girl. You're you're just a cool person into the coolest person, right? If you're $3, you're the best person. If you're $1, you're still the best person. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with that, but hopefully I'll be able to get that stuff up there. Hopefully there's a lot of cool stuff we can do into 2024. And I want to go into 2024 doing stuff. I want to get in there. I've got a drive to make content. I'm not sure. I feel like I'd be a good, if you've ever watched, you've been hanging out in Twitch chat back a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, where we do like some just chatting and stuff and watching the Game Awards and stuff. That was a blast. That's my favorite thing. Just chatting. I'm a good commentator. I did some play-by-play commentation on some PvP in certain games as well. That was a blast. I love doing stuff like that. There's a lot of cool clips out there of stuff like that. So maybe we'll do something like that on another channel. I'm not sure, because no lie, like the biggest thing, and if anyone who is creating content on YouTube for a period of time will attest to, it's that expanding or changing the direction of whatever it is that you're doing is the scariest thing ever. And right now, like uploading a video to this platform is the scariest thing ever, because it's like, all right, I made a pretty great video today on this subject. This subject should be trending. It's well edited. Hopefully the audio's not absolute dog shit, and hopefully we'll have some fun with it. And it's like your video got 4 views, and it's like, oh shit. But we'll see. We'll see where the year takes us out there. Hopefully this meets you in good health. All right. It's around Christmas time, so Merry Christmas. God bless. And I'll catch you probably, I don't know, after Christmas. Who knows? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, hopefully, like, I'm not going anywhere. Are you going somewhere?